Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you? How's my volume? Too low? How's the volume? Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Good evening, Gwen. Good evening. I'm sorry. Wow. Good morning. Good morning, Gwen. Yes, it was busy for me this weekend. Please hit the like button, smash, tap, poke, push, kick, like, light it up. That's right. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad. Juanita Crenshaw, good morning. And Juanita saying good morning to Gwen, Angela, Dolly, Nature, and Betty. Good morning, Betty Bush. How's my girl? How is my buddy? Nature, good morning to you as well. I hope you had a good weekend. Angela Atkinson is saying good morning. And I know for you all it's afternoon, but it's only 9:20 where I am. 9:30 now. So yes, I had to get up and hi Dolly, welcome in. Nice to see you, Dolly. And thank you for the email. It was beautiful. I did watch it. Absolutely, I always do. And then Dolly saying, hi, buttercups and chatters. Let's spill some cold and hot tea throughout the chat group. Cold bubble, oh, you like bubble tea? Cold bubble tea, hot herbal tea. And what do? I go get a cup of coffee, which is not good for me. I can't help it. I can't help it. And yes, thank you, Gwen. Please like, share, and subscribe. And Juanita, you are at work. Have a wonderful day at work today. So I did do a skit review on the podcast room, on the reveal. And if you would, I think it just finished loading. So if you guys would take a look at it, it's 10 minutes long, nothing. But we do need to look at the skit reviews. And this is my month to make sure my channel's in order because September 1st, I get to hit, push, smash, like the reapply button for monetization. And then also, last but not least, thank you, everyone. And didn't expect a lot of money, but thank you for your donations. And if you notice going around the top on the tickler, it's called Buy Me a Coffee. And that's used a lot by podcasters. I'm not so sure that I really like the app. It's not easy to remember or to maneuver, but it's actually not an app. You have to use the HTTPS symbol. I'm surprised there's no app for it. But anyway, thank you so much for the beautiful people who made a donation. I do have to, buy space and hardware and all kinds of stuff. So until they get the monetization set up, but hopefully it'll be fine. So how'd you guys like the skits this weekend? And of course I was hanging out with my honey bun. Yesterday, I looked at a few skits and they just really annoyed me. And I did go in the bushes. All I could do was laugh. Good morning, Ruth Barrow. Hi, Just My Opinion. I'm watching from TV and chatting on the phone. I'm glad you're here, Just My Opinion. I did get your comments. And Dolly says, oh, you're in Georgia this afternoon? Okay. Hello and much love to your family. You're welcome, Nonya. Thank you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And yes, thank you for joining us, Just My Opinion. And I did see your comment also. Hi, Twyla. How are you, Twyla? Welcome in. Good to see you, lady. Usually I see you at night. I'm glad to see you. And I'll have to check out your Buy Me a Coffee. I just asked for $2. We're not rich, right? I mean, I know $2 is low, but $2 I think Antoinette donated $5, and I was going to tell her thank you, but I don't see her yet. Hopefully she'll come in. Angela Atkinson, how's my niece today? Were you behaving this weekend, Angela? I saw you out in the bushes. Did you guys hear Wayne? Last night, tell Anthony he might want to check his bushes. Shayla might be in his bushes. Did you guys hear Wayne? He did. He did. Tell Anthony he might want to check his bushes. Sure did. And all I could do was laugh. And yes, my eyes are watering as usual. Maybe I'll put on my glasses so I can see. You're good. I'm glad, sweetheart. I went wandering in the bushes, and I think that's why I got I was unimpressed. Yeah, Auntie Wayne used the bushes. You heard him, huh? He sure did. Told her to check his bushes. Shayla might be hiding in them. I cracked up laughing. So what were I refuse to watch one placeholder putting another placeholder in place with Dnisha and Shayla. I did watch it. I wanted to hear what they had to say. Nothing to write home about. Shayla's going to be Shayla. Dnisha goes for bad. Nothing here, nothing to see. Anthony was looking in those. Twyla, you said Anthony was looking in the bushes. I bet he looked around, right? He looked around. That was actually funny. That was funny. Hi, Donna Robinson. Welcome in. Nature says I can see Shayla in the bushes too, especially while he's on the porch. Hi, Keisha B. Welcome in, doll. Welcome in, Keisha. I'm just laughing. That was pretty funny. I couldn't believe Anthony was looking around. Wayne scared him. That was pretty funny. And he laughed at the amount that Anthony had the nerve to try to offer Amber. So that conversation, it wasn't hilarious, but it was funny. It was funny. I'm sorry. My eyes are watering already. Let me get my specs so I can look like a school teacher. Ruth Barrow, I wouldn't have given her another dime, neither. Oh, hi, Sunshine. Welcome in. Well, let me remind you guys of something Amber told Anthony. He said, see if you remember this, in the kitchen. Yeah, he knows his baby mama, Cray Cray. Do you remember when Amber told, and I did a short on it, Amber told Anthony, Shayla has always told me she's going to have a man to take care of her for the rest of her life. And she was talking about Anthony, to Anthony. So that's number 2 that's come true for Amber. The other was, somebody's going to break your heart, then you'll know what it feels like. So 2 up for Amber on that one. Who is Anthony's wife, Shayla or Dnisha? Because they both behaving like a wife. I'd say Shayla. Shayla. Dnisha is love bombing him. No, Shayla. And you guys know I don't like Shayla. But when it comes to Anthony, that girl has his number. She doesn't back down. You're going to do it or else you're not going to see this baby. Period, point blank. Dnisha wants to run his pockets, and we know that. And he, like a fool, gave the mom $10,000. It's Shayla. Yeah, no. Dnisha lives in Amber's house, at Anthony's house, their marital home. And she's sitting there demanding respect. Shayla has always been the wife. Exactly. She has. Because she's very forceful. She's not what Amber is. But then Anthony doesn't even like Amber. He likes Shayla. He really does. Shayla has always been his wife, just my opinion. And It is what it is. I can't wait till Dnisha pops up in that podcast room. MK, good morning. Shalom. He says, Shalom. I used to know the reverse that you're supposed to say. I forgot what it is, though. Anyway, Donna Robinson says, Dnisha sitting on the stairs with her house coat trying to check Shayla, who is wrong and crazy. And so is Dnisha. Girl, bye. Nobody respects your foolishness. And even though this wasn't a nice thing for Shayla to say, she said, you know, I could have got your mom. I'm like 30 years younger than her. Shayla was in that house talking crap. And I think the people were taken aback. I mean, most families, you're not going to do that and not get a beat down, right? Shayla stormed in that house, give me my baby. Now, I would have took the police with me. I definitely would have took the police. Yeah. But Shayla, Shayla's got to be Shayla and got to make us laugh. And I did laugh. I was like, get him, Shayla. I had to. I couldn't help but to laugh because I know she was going to act a fool. She'd probably been worse if Tamara hadn't gone with her. Yeah, behaving like she's Mrs. Dalton. Checking Shayla like her last name is Dalton. Shayla's like, lady, I don't care what you're talking about. As long as Anthony give me my money, I don't care what you do. But I really wanted Shayla to say to the family, and he's also married. I was surprised she didn't say that, but then we know that Shayla doesn't want to recognize the marriage. That's why she never wants to bring it up. Amber has to bring it up. But I wish she had said that. I love when Amber told Shayla she will find out how it feels to be brokenhearted, Dolly. And she got a taste of it. But wait until the day after Christmas, because I think that's how long it's going to take. If Delicia stays with Amon, is that going to be Shayla's day to catch them? 2 years ago, on December 26th, Amber caught them in the bed. We had something happen last year. I don't even remember what it was at this point. So much happens. I want Amber. Oh my goodness. Constance is, yeah, she's, she needs to go. And now I thought she was going to come up with a plan, right? After that whack proposal from Candace. And then she has the nerve to say, oh, well, we have Dnisha now. Lady, you had Dnisha the last time you were here. That lady needs to go. MK, I'm currently watching you and enjoy it. Thank you. I appreciate it. What I try to do is read all the comments from the viewers, from my chat family, because people read our comments and just put them in the garbage. I mean, not garbage, but they don't even go back to look at them or half the time respond. So, but what I was going to say, I think I forgot, as usual. I have so much going through my mind. Dnisha wants to be an aunt love bombed her to believe this. I think she's love bombing him too. I do. I mean, keep an eye on Dnisha, because remember when she found out about the $20 million, she started really acting like she just loved Anthony to death and she just loves Kai. I mean, she probably really does like Kai. Yes, I know. I don't remember the return, because one of my cousins years ago was Muslim. Walaikum Shalom. Is that what it is? Walaikum Shalom. MK. If I'm saying it properly, probably not, but it's something like that. And yeah, so Anthony love bombed her, but guess what? Women love bomb men every single day. And people don't think about that. And I honestly, Nature, believe I agree with you 100% on your comment. He chose her to prove Amber and Shayla that he could move on and to make jealousy. Dnisha is love bombing Anthony with all the food and playing housewife and taking care of Kai, and she's getting paid out. Mom got 10,000. Keep an eye on Dnisha, please, please, and don't forget who Dnisha is and what does she have to do with Karis's unaliving, and all the things that Dnisha says. And I don't go in that house, so people usually tell me what's going on, but keep an eye on Dnisha, you guys, because she's straight love bombing Anthony. Did he get cookies last night? Nope. And he's not going to until he does what Dnisha wants him to do. If Dnisha thinks she's going to get Shayla in check, got news for Dnisha. And I think Denisha's about to have a long road ahead. Shayla still haven't experienced enough. Shayla's never going to stop. Shayla's not going to stop, Dolly. I don't think so. Shayla's crazy. Yeah, my eyes are watering. Shayla is truly nuts. And let's not forget, her sister tells her, do you take your psych meds? Nope. She wants to know what kind of medicine Diesel's taking, because I think she wanted to compare it to see if that's what she was taking. But she's going to spiral out of control. And it's going to be really interesting. The receptionist has to work for and with the podcast women. Dnisha is not going to take that lightly. Just my opinion. Nope. So I was trying to see who would team up with who this morning when I was doing my review. And police officer, okay. I have respect for Shayla, to be honest. She should, yeah. And I did put a comment. A few of you did respond. And thank you, just my opinion. For one, I put in a comment, and I am going to remove it because it's personal. And I don't want my family to really see it. But I had a sibling that was actually picked up for visitation with our dad. And they hit her. They hit her 40 miles from the home. And it took months to find her with the police. And I did post that in a video. Just one of my short videos. I'm sitting in the car. And but it took months. And the grandmother, his father, was hiding my little sister. And she was 6 years old. So I did post that. I am going to remove the post because I don't want my family to see that up there. But I wanted to share that little bit of a story. Yeah, and my eyes do water. I have cataracts. I don't do this all day. Sometimes it's dry and doesn't do it, but other times. So I did post that because I just wanted to share it. And also, they finally see the podcast room, Gwen. And I don't show video right now. I'm waiting until I get monetized because I don't know. I might have been violating some of the new laws. But anyway, I took all the video out. I think if you ever see any video anywhere around on my channel, let me know so I can take it out. I want to get monetized with no video. I don't want them saying you have too much video or anything. I even got rid of the shorts. And you know me and my shorts and my music. But once I get monetized, I'm going to put them back out. I'm going to put, some new ones back out with some music. If I do it for 15 seconds, it's not usually a big deal, but I used to do a minute or 30 seconds. I didn't get copyright violations or anything like that. But when you go to get monetized, you have to have some kind of activity going on in the shorts. That's why you see me doing goofy shorts right now. Just so I'll have some up there. And I just cut them out of, say, the live or the review that I do. Just take a snippet and then you can make it into a short. And that's what I've been doing. So I just want to make sure everything's on the up and up. So the podcast room is open. I'm going to open my phone. So if you guys haven't seen it, let's see. And did you guys notice what Wayne just can't help picking with Amber? What happened? Yeah, after Amber told her that she wanted a refund, she said, I don't do refunds. I kind of expected that. That lady's not giving back any money. You know, I low-key want Amber to mention the attorney to Dave, even though I know it's not Dave's business, but maybe there's a better, maybe he knows an attorney that can help her, because Constance is not it. I'm trying to give the lady a break thinking, oh, she knows how to handle millionaires. No, she knows how to milk her clients. I don't like that lady. We want her to have a better attorney. I'm tired of seeing Amber suffer, because that's what the character Wayne wants, is for Amber to suffer. And it's old, you know, give it a rest. I mean, dude, we're tired, right? We're kind of tired. Donna Robinson says Nonya Shayla could have said that Anthony just asked her to marry him a few weeks ago. And you know what? Don't put it past Shayla not to tell Dnisha that. I wouldn't put it past Shayla one bit, because we know Shayla keeps secrets in her pocket. And when she needs a card, she'll play it. And she has no remorse. She has no shame, nothing. Shayla is, and just like Delicia says, I'm about my child. Women like Delicia deserve everything they get. And women like Shayla. But Shayla, they've made her character, even though she's cray-cray, they're starting to put a few funny things in there. And I am sick of Wayne, and I am sick of Anthony. And did you hear Anthony on the phone when Amber called him, which she shouldn't be doing? Amber Ty, which she shouldn't be doing. He's jealous of Dave. He's talking about Dave. Well, you got a man and blah, 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 blah. You got that big house. Why are you jealous, Anthony? You don't even like Amber. Why are you jealous? Because you think you're the only person, like you told both Shayla and Amber, that they wouldn't find a better man than you? Anthony is the worst husband in Skitland. And I'm not going to bash him or anything, but you guys know how I feel about Anthony Dalton. And I used to like Dnisha until she pulled this move. I mean, not like her, but she was, you know, she was an interesting character. And then she threatened Karis. I went, ooh. And then Bishop got unalived, who Momo was paying or trying to pay back. And then she threatened Karis. Karis came up unalived. Keep that in mind about Miss Dnisha Barracuda also, right? Constance really disappointed me with her hype. Yeah, and she knows that she let us down. And they need to do something. I wanted to, you know, of course, we wanted to see Amber in her house, but hopefully that'll come this week. It does, you know, think about it realistically. It does take time to go and draw up the paperwork for a gift and, you know, the whole bit, get it notarized, blah, 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 blah. Because that's what's going to save Amber's home from Anthony. So when you give something to a person, and look up a married person, that's a key word. You can't have it, Anthony. That's going to be Amber's home, because they realized Amber doesn't have a home. And we've not seen that her condo's been sold, because she was just with Ernestine in the garage. And then she was with Mike before that in the garage where the condos are. Wayne, Mike, and Amber's condos. So we haven't seen her sell the condo yet. We know she sold the house. And then just my opinion says I think Constance knows Anthony's lawyer, doesn't know about Dnisha. That will be a trump card. And I'm hoping that's the card she plays, just my opinion. I hope that's the card she plays. And Amber's sitting down there talking to Anthony about Dnisha. If you listen all the way at the end, she's saying something about Dnisha. So let's get it right, Constance. Come on. Please hit the like button, everybody. I don't know what the count is, but I know Gwen is at work. And if there's anybody that can get the count to put it up, I'd appreciate it. I'm just curious. We only have 42 people watching, which is low for the morning for the most part. And when you get a chance, please do take a look at the skit reviews that I do. Mine don't look like Miss B's because I don't do mine live. Because if I make a mistake, you know, like, or I have to take a breath, I want to be able to edit it out. So I put it to a video instead of just showing it on the screen. That's the only difference. And this one is going to have the podcast room on it. I have to change it when we're done because I don't want to be too late coming in. But I made this background and I thought it came out nice. So I decided to put it on here. And I'm going to put it on the review. I'm going to put this screen on the review. But right now it just says, you know, it's got my T picture, the T thumbnail. It's got that on there right now. It's only 10 minutes long. So if you guys can watch that, I have to get my numbers back up. I have to make sure I have at least 4,000. But I say that because I know that 4,000 is the minimum. Even though I don't have any graphs or charts or anything, it just says reapply. In other words, lady, clean up your channel, I guess. I don't know. They didn't tell me anything. But that's why I got rid of my shorts too. Because I think the shorts are a big problem. I did find that out. Constance is a scammer. She doesn't have a plan. She's talking about Anthony will slip up now. He's been slipping up. You're right, Keisha. What is she talking about? Every time we turn around, she's got a plan, just like Angelina. Can we have action instead of words? Can we have some action, Constance? I have a feeling we're going to be surprised in a good way. But when? When? After Labor Day? Oh, gosh. Anyway, I wasn't in a good mood yesterday. I was looking at the skits. I was in the bushes. I was watching people run out to find video because they couldn't remember what happened. So I thank you, day oneers, for being here with me. And we don't have to do that. So thank you. I appreciate it. And Alexis, I've been looking for you, lady. I missed you, Alexis. Are you okay? Aunt Dolly says after Anthony told Shayla she would see another side of him, Shayla came back with her manipulation about running a tab for Kai's birthday. Shayla don't care what Anthony's. Shayla couldn't care less what Anthony is talking about. Hi, Felicia. Welcome in. We got to remember, Shayla knows him like a wife would know her husband for the most part. She knows how to push Anthony's buttons. And what does he do? He walks off looking like Carlton, the Fresh Prince. I'm going to pay the rent, Shayla. Yeah, you got to pay it. Was anybody surprised at that? That Anthony said he was going to pay her rent? Was anybody surprised? I wasn't. No, just like Amber said. And Anthony is going to be the one who takes care of her for the rest of her life. She told Anthony that Shayla said that. And he's like, Anthony. Well, that's the dumbest businessman I ever saw. Anyway, Donna says, I officially don't like Amber's attorney. They don't talk about significant, and important issues like hidden assets. Exactly. Kai's financials or Dnisha moving into the marital home with her son. I mean, she barely even talks, right, Donna? Let alone some action. If she pulls something out of the hat, I will be so ecstatic. But right now, she's not showing us anything except that she's taking Amber's money. And you know what? The one thing I was going to say that I forgot is Anthony spending the money, I wonder, out of the joint accounts so he can spend up all the money, and then Amber will have to spend either her money for the divorce or she'll run out of money. Has anybody thought about where is he taking his money from? Because I don't think it's his hidden money. I think it's the joint account money. That's why he's giving out money like it's, monopoly money. I do. I think he's taking it out of the joint account so he can break Amber. The guy's he's dark. Hi, Derain. Welcome in. Anyway, Anthony been slipping up the day he moved Anthony in the marital home. The day he moved that lady, yeah. And we see he's, hi, Shy Lady. We see he still hasn't told Candace. The C's and the D's in these skits are, it's a lot. So, yeah, he hasn't told Candace yet. Nope. I wonder if Constance is going to tell Candace. That would be, I guess, her next best move. What do you think? Would that be Constance's next best move? To let Candace know? Well, he's got the affair behind him. He's got the baby, which we know was 80% off the rip when Amber first filed and Anthony was at Shayla's. And now he's got Dnisha living in Amber's marital space. And Amber, like it or not, her being at Dave's, that's not a place where the spouse wants to be. And that is a violation of divorce court. You can't make your spouse uncomfortable. And what does he do? And then she's sitting there sleeping. I'm like Amber now. She's in there sleeping on that same mattress? What kind of woman is that? We didn't see him getting any new mattresses, and she's just laying all up in. Ugh, give me the creeps. Just my opinion. Dnisha is love bombing. Why doesn't she open a seafood restaurant? Exactly. She's feeding him all that cholesterol and oil. And I mean, of course, I'm sure it's good, but is it good for Anthony? See, I don't want Anthony to get sick because I don't want them calling Amber. Leave Amber alone. Let her stay over there with Dave. Just leave Amber alone. Yeah, she's love bombing him. She's going to do everything for him, except last night she was mad. She withheld the cookies. She knows exactly what she's doing. And that trap house, I'm glad they didn't take baby Kai in the trap house. Because I was doing a review on it. And I said, wait, I put Kai's name. And I said, wait, let me go back and look. So I looked again, but I didn't see Kai inside the trap house. So he was probably in the car. Thank goodness for that. Donna Robinson, yes, Amber needs a new attorney. I am not impressed with Constance. She's not making any moves. That lead to a divorce. None. Once again, Dnisha plays whatever role she needs to get what she wants. And she does. Oh, hi, Yolanda Sanders. Thank you. You too beautiful. Thank you so much. My eyes are still watering. I feel like I'm crying, but I'm not. Let's see. Did you guys hear Dnisha say baby daddy to Anthony? Hide your account. And he don't know who he has? Probably not, because I get my information from you all when it comes to being inside of that house. Now, I'll watch them if they're outside of the mansion, but I'm not going in that house. It makes my stomach hurt. It gives me, and even if I weren't married, I wouldn't like it. And I'm glad I don't have the temper I used to. Oof, I wouldn't like it one bit. So you said, did you guys hear Denisha's baby dead? Oh, baby dad. Yeah, I did see that one. My bad, Angela. So I did watch that one. When I saw a man talking to Anthony, I wondered who that was. I did watch that one. And he told Anthony to watch his pockets. That I did see. I was going to do a skit review, but I think we went to dinner or something. I'm not very excited about anything in these skits except Dave. If they let Amber fumble Dave without good reason, I'm done. Me too. I'm done also. Because what's the point? I'm going to find something else to do instead of the skits, right? Pull up my hair with my glasses. Sorry about that. I'm going to find something else to do. Hi, Michelle B. Welcome in. And Michelle says, hey, Nonya moderators and chat family. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Michelle. I don't want Shayla to stop at all. Yeah, match the gas, Shayla. Match the gas. This time, and I don't like her, but go for it, Shayla. Run all over Anthony and Dnisha. Get them. Little Kai, big Kai. That's the cutest little boy. Just what I've seen, what I've seen of him. But that lady, but he's going to get what he deserves. He thinks that lady is playing. And remember making that cross on her chest to Anthony? Like, he'll come up unalived if he crosses her. And Anthony's so dumb, he laughs at it. There was nothing funny about what she was talking about. I don't think Amber will stay on that podcast. In Skitland, maybe not, but the thing is, and I didn't know this until Tina Young and some other people told me, then I went out to Instagram. It's a real podcast. So I'm curious to see how they're going to work that. Are they going to just, take some shots and produce them for the skits? Because it is a real podcast. Yeah. I forget who the sponsor is, but Amber is having her products branded through this company that the podcast is using. And that's on Instagram if you go to Wayne's page and maybe Amber's page, but you'll see it. So I don't think she's going to really drop it, I guess. But Denise, I don't want her on there either. But remember, Wayne said he wanted Amber on there because Amber has all the experience. He wants her on there because he's a messy weasel. Wayne is a mess. You're never going to get Amber back. If they take Dave away from Amber, I'm done. I'm serious. Eklund, grand rising to you as well. Happy Monday. Thank you. Podcast room, additional rooms are so beautiful. Candace and her team did an awesome job. Iris, good morning. Good morning. Alexis, Anthony is about to go to jail for kidnapping. If she did it the right way, he would have went to jail for bringing that baby, and Dnisha too, across state lines. I'm sorry you had to experience. Oh, it's okay. It was a long time ago, and but of course it sticks. It never goes away. Amber not looking happy this morning. Don't know why. I saw that too. She didn't look happy. She didn't want to step up. Nature and I wonder why she had that funny look on her face. She didn't look happy at all either. So not sure what's going on there. Dnisha deserves everything she gets. And if she wants to be with Anthony, get ready for at least 17 more years of this. Yeah. Because Shayla ain't going nowhere. And keep in mind, do you really think, now she's not going to get Social Security when she gets old. I wonder who's going to take care of her. Anthony. Lauren's wanting to know why Tamara's picture was on the middle. Because Wayne still likes Tamara. Well, but when she took the picture, she was in the middle, right? Tamara. Good morning, artists. Welcome in. Dolly, Lauren thinks because she was with Wayne, she is first lady. She has no idea how Wayne operates. Did Wayne pick a second woman to be after Lauren yet? Did he pick anybody? I didn't see him pick anybody unless he plans to try to circle back to Tamara. Hope not. And then Nonya's not looking like Amber's going to stay in the podcast. There's no smile on her face. I think she might change to being a guest. Maybe. And then, I mean, she's got all her clothes, her office suite set up by Ernestine. Oh, and I can't wait for Ernestine to meet Dnisha. Ernestine, it's going to be fun. Angela, Aminata. Hi, Aminata. I think Amber looks tired. I also think she's over Wayne's shots about Dnisha, so she's trying to keep quiet. That's how I took it. That's how I took it too. Like, she really is not trying to hear Wayne's nonsense, and at some point, she's probably going to let Wayne have it, and he's just going to grin with his dumb self. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say dumb self. My apologies. I'm not supposed to be bashing, right? And then good morning, good afternoon, good evening, says Minister Yolanda. Hello, Yolanda. Welcome in. Nonya, I saw your response about my sibling, and I'm still speechless. Yeah, it happened. It happened for real. For real. And I was young, but I mean, young enough, like 10, something like that, to know what was going on. So yeah, I remember. Sure do. Yep. It was very sad. But boy, they branched out and they found her. The police, oh yeah, hiding in her grandmother's house. They were hiding her. The baby. But I am going to pull that post down, Dolly, because I don't want any of my family members to see it up there. So I'll probably take it down today. I'll feel better. But I wanted to just share that. And this was the father. And my mom had the baby, and no one's really thinking about custody. But my grandma said, get custody. And that was my mom's husband. But they were separated. Mm-hmm. And he didn't bring her back, and we didn't get her back for months. Why don't Crest pod the podcast? I agree. That would be a nice touch. A crest. Where is Dan? Did he go home? Is he hiding in the bushes with Shayla? I think Dan's going to show up he probably left. I think he did go back home. But I'm sure he's going to show up with King, Jarvis, and then Dan. Because he's friends with Jarvis and King. I think he's pretty close to King. Marion West says, good morning. Good morning, Marion. Welcome in. And Donna Robinson says, Angela Atkinson, no. Amber doesn't look happy and quite frankly looks out of place. Amber needs a different circle of friends. Yes, she does. Better her real friends and have morals. She does need a different set of friends because those women aren't of the same caliber, and not putting Amber up on a pedestal or anything. She's the only outcast. Tamara is halfway outcast. Tamara's got one leg in and one leg out. Amber was making facial expressions the whole time on the reveal. She was serving looks again. Then the ladies were taking digs at each other. Yes, they were, Nature. Yes, they were. And this is only the beginning. They haven't even started yet. Aminata, I would have told him off in front of everyone, Angela. I think she's going to let Wayne have it. Hammer lawyer, not good at all. Oh, hammer lawyer. Mm-hmm. And Juanita is saying good morning to Eklund, Marion, and Doreen. Angela Atkinson, I agree. Donna, she was excited about the podcast, but today she looks sad. And I wonder if she looks sad about the offer Anthony made. I don't know. She does look sad. And that's the first thing I picked up. And she was standing in the back of everybody. But maybe she's not excited about hearing about Dnisha. Because that's tacky on Wayne's part. You know, he's just and we are talking about the character Wayne. I keep saying that because it's not the real Wayne. He's a character like everybody else in Skitland, right? Amanetta, yeah, there's no stopping with Wayne. And I think the women are just sick of it all. I hope she walks away. I actually hope she walks away too. I mean, the real podcast, I can see her on that. But this podcast, I would want to walk away too. If she could just like not be in the skits on it, but then what's Wayne going to do? If Amber's not there, he's not going to have the numbers. And I did notice that even though I didn't really watch the skits, I only watched 2 of Anthony, the one with the father, and then I think one of him talking to Wayne. They put Shayla in there, and that brought up Anthony's numbers with Dnisha. Now, if Amber walks away from the podcast, what's going to happen to the fan numbers? That's the question. That's the question. Because Amber is right behind Wayne when it comes to the number of subscribers. Right behind Wayne by like 100,000. That part. We want Constance to handle business and get it in front of the judge. Both lawyers are milking it for money. They are. Juanita Crenshaw says, good morning, Yolanda. You know, the other question I have, the attorney, yeah, they're supposed to fight for you. The attorney knows that Anthony breaks every rule in the book. But she's the one that recommended that low amount because Anthony told her, oh, Amber was sad or whatever he said. But she has to represent him. But I think that Candace knows Amber's not going to accept that amount. I do. I think that's a very, very lowball figure. And I think Candace knew it was. I mean, that's her customer, but does she secretly want Anthony to get a counter offer? Is that why she came in so low? And I'm just honestly asking a question. Ethical? No. But is that what Candace did when she made that lowball number? $4,000 a month, really? And Anthony said, oh, that's a good number. Hell, you paying Shayla $10,000 a month. What is wrong with that man? Please hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button. Thank you. Minister Yolanda says, yeah, because there's no way Libby and Terry have been in mediation enough times that they both got fired by 2 lawyers each. Angela, he's hiding, waiting to pounce on Wayne and Lauren. Oh, I like that. So you don't think he drove back? Because we don't know that he went back. We just saw him get in the car to leave. We just saw him getting in the car, right? Aminata, she needs to do her own thing and step out of Wayne's shadow. She does. She doesn't need Wayne anymore. She doesn't need him for anything. I mean, she really doesn't, unless she just wants to expose everything Shayla did. And they want us to get tired of it and say, well, does it matter anymore what Shayla did? Yeah, it matters. It does matter. Because Anthony and Shayla don't even want to think about what they've done. They don't even want to think about it. Shayla just wants to leave bodies. Every person she crosses, she leaves a body. And just my opinion says Wayne is so jealous of Amber. Yes, it's interesting that he keeps mentioning her and her situation and doesn't mention Tamara at all. He can't help it. He just cannot keep his mouth off of Amber. 29 likes. I like that, lollipop. and 46 watching. Please hit the like button. It's free, and I do appreciate you for hitting the like button. It doesn't hurt, and if it were your channel, I would definitely hit the like button. Yeah, I would. And Amber's still waiting for mediation or finalization. Yes. Gwen's laughing. Or Angela's laughing at Gwen. Amber doesn't look happy today. She really doesn't. I think it could also be from the mediocre. I think it's the offer. The mediocre offer yesterday. Plus having to come in and listen to Wayne's nonsense. I'm going to start calling him Weasel Wayne or something. She just needs to walk away from it all. But Wayne doesn't want to separate Amber from his shenanigans. Nope. It's like he needs Amber for what? Just because she exists? Wayne, get a life, dude. You got to learn. Come on now, leave Amber alone. Yes, Anthony is jealous of Dave. Yes, of Dave's house, and asking, what does he do for a living? Amber knows everything about him. Has he asked? I thought Anthony said she doesn't know what he does for a living, but she knows what Anthony does for a living. Does she really know what Anthony does for a living? We haven't sold him sell anything since Rolanda left. So what's he doing on his phone? Is he playing the stock market again? I think he's playing in those joint accounts. I don't think he's playing with his hidden funds. And you know, I saw a comment that said Darren wanted to jump off a bridge. Did that happen? I didn't see where Darren wanted to jump off a bridge. Did anybody see that? Wayne is jealous because Amber told him he ain't it. That's right, Yolanda. Now we need Tamara to get that same energy. She's still in love. Tamara, come on, shake that man, honey. He ain't no good. That's why I want to see King come. I really don't want to see her with Jarvis. Jarvis is too old and too mature and too experienced for Tamara. And we don't know what he's doing on his island in the Bahamas. Talking about he goes to different countries. Yeah, he can leave Tamara alone. She's not as green as, of course, they have written her to be, just like they dumbed down Amber and boosted up Shayla, because we know what Wayne's plan was. He told us. Hey, Angela. And then I was giving Constance some grace. I was too, Dolly. However, it seems like she's just racking up the dollars. I agree. Both Anthony and Wayne jealous of Dave. They don't even like when another black man does better than them. They're two peas in a pod. And the fact that Anthony can't make a move without calling Wayne is pathetic. I mean, he's a pathetic man, and he doesn't even realize it. He's not it. You are not it. And then Wayne always has something smart to say, talking about he has to get off the phone and Anthony better find Jesus or whatever he told him. He calls Wayne about everything. And then Nature says Ant should do his homework before he chooses his love interest. Dnisha hasn't told everything about her past. Nope. Well, she told him the one thing in the beginning, and he didn't believe her. He thought she was joking. I don't think she was joking. And I did do a short on her past, only what she reported. She's done more than what they're saying. Dnisha hasn't told everything about her past, and Ant said it is not like you to unalive someone. Dnisha paused at him. And remember, when she first told him about her background, when they were leaving to go somewhere, she said, hold on, I want to tell you something. And she said, with a straight face, I unalived someone. And then when she was looking at Anthony, she said, no, I didn't. I'm just kidding. Really? You just kidding, Dnisha? Because looking at where I don't know anything about Louisville, whatever they call it, but looking at the trap house and those guys in it, and the way she carries herself with her clicking her nails and clicking her teeth, and those are bad girl moves. Like, you go for bad, right? Hi Dolly. Yolanda says, I need Amber to connect with Natasha. Natasha needs to get rid of Jacoby though, Juanita first, because I don't know what they're doing to Natasha's character. He needs to pay attention to the hints Dnisha has been sending him. I haven't seen them inside the house, Nature, so I don't really know. Only what I see on the outside. So I do ask that you guys let me know, because I can't. It's gross to me. And I know it's a skit. I get that, but it makes it no less gross. It's pathetic. And I guess people do that, but I can't do it. So I just wait, and then I read comments and things like that, but I don't want to watch it. 36 likes, 42 watching, 74 total. Thank you for hitting the like button. I appreciate you all. Time for Amber to get rid of Constance. I think she's milking Amber and dragging her feet. Yes, Michelle. All she does is tell her vague things. She's not giving her anything concrete. She needs Brittany, and we know Brittany's not coming back. Brittany cut her ties apparently altogether with the Country Wayne series because she's got her law practice. And Juanita, I'm so done with Constance. Amber was saying to a similar degree that Dnisha doesn't know Aunt or what she is going to get herself into. Oh, thanks, Gwen. Gwen says the hospitality room is open. Everybody in the bushes, please hit the like button while you are watching, listening, or working. And she has lots of goodies like popcorn, cookies, tea, wine, coffee. She has lots of goodies. So you can grab a goodie and go back in the bushes if you want to. That would be fine. Okay, 37 likes. And everybody, please look at the reviews, okay? YouTube does watch the reviews, and that's how I'm able, again, to tie the chat into the skit review. They don't all correlate one-to-one. They're supposed to in my pea brain. Because I'm like, I need a skit review to go with this chat. But I don't necessarily. Because we do cover everything that I cover in the skit review. But the skit review is something that I need to do. Anthony can't even kiss Dnisha. Anthony practically paying Dnisha to stay with him. Yeah. Dnisha turns her head so fast. Dnisha is not feeling Anthony. And especially after Shayla's drama. Nature says, Dolly, it is good that he warned Amber that day instead of him handling Aunt. Dave is trying to allow Amber space to conduct herself with him. Anthony is trying to put a foot between them. I agree. But as long as they don't make Amber be dumb again and want Anthony back, why would they do that? Let's not do that. They do some crap like that, I'm going to stop watching it. And then maybe I'll make a podcast with Stephanie. Because if they do some stuff like that, I'm done. Auntie Wayne is done. You wanted us on Netflix to agree with you? Fix the storyline. Okay, Constance is constantly blowing smoke. They're making me believe there won't be a divorce, and that is pissing me off. Keisha, someone reported last week, I forget who it was. Maybe you guys can help me. Marion, maybe you know. And Dolly. Wayne said that he was going to let the Daltons divorce. Now he supposedly said that in a live. I didn't see it because I usually miss the lives because it's so early in California. But supposedly he's going to let them divorce. Can we get Dave surprising Amber with the new home together? That's what I'm waiting for too, Marion. It's like, come on, bring it on. We want to see. They know we want to see Amber in her new house. They know it. They know it. They know it. I like Amber, but Amber brought this on herself with Anthony, Dnisha. Amber know better. She should have been coming home every day. Why, Derain? Why? After 2.5 years of Anthony treating her like garbage, she's supposed to come home and stay. You get abused mentally, and this is no shade on you. But let me tell you, when you get abused that much and you have nowhere to turn, you have nowhere to go. You're dealing with a baby mama. Now he's got a new girlfriend. Do you just stay in that house? Do you just stay there and let somebody keep abusing you and abusing you and abusing you? She happened to meet somebody. She didn't go looking for anybody. And again, this is no shade. It's reality. Where's her family? She could have went and stayed with Ernestine way out in the country, wherever Ernestine lives. But no, it's not her fault. And to whitewash Anthony and to say, well, it's Amber's fault. No, it's not. That she met somebody that treats her decently, I'd have left too. And I am married, and you know I'm married. Or I would have hurt Anthony, one or the other. I would have either hurt Anthony and been in trouble, or I would have left him. And she just happened to find somebody who liked her, who ministered with her, who worked with her. Should she be doing what she's doing? No, she shouldn't. But she brought it on herself. Did she bring Kai into the world? Did she screw Shayla? Was she screwing Dnisha? Let's keep it 100. Don't forget, Shayla knows the secrets. Anthony better be careful. I wasn't surprised at all. Hemi Girl says, y'all, everybody, hope you're having a blessed Monday. Hi, Hemi Girl. Shayla knows Anthony very well, probably better than he knows himself. Just like Dave knows Amber better than she knows herself. Plus, she knows he still likes her. He does. He fell in love with Shayla, I think. I think at a certain point, I think we all remember, we could tell he fell in love with Shayla. She knows Kai will always help keep Anthony in line. 41 likes and 48 watching. Thank you so much for hitting the like button. And if he's spending it, he'll have to pay it back. Yes, just my opinion, absolutely. Anthony telling Dnisha he checked Shayla, but didn't tell her he's paying Shayla's rent and bills, nor extravagant 2-year-old birthday party she's planning. That's right. And he's not going to tell it. Let's see. He's not going to tell it. He's going to do just what Shayla tells him. Nonya, I've been wondering the same thing, but Amber can see the money in the joint account. That's true, Gwen. So I'm wondering also, is he spending that money? Because he's spending it like it's water. So, but is Amber checking it? Well, I guess she would have to, right? Because she has to pay Constance. So hope so, Gwen. And then Minister Yolanda says, yes, exactly what he's doing, but that'll get him in trouble with the judge because he's deliberately trying to starve his spouse financially to avoid giving. Yeah, and he's also starving her from having a place to live. And people can say all they want while she lives with Dave. Why does she stay with Dave? Why did she go off to Dave? Because he wants to call her all these filthy names, grab her arm to the point where she slaps the man. Do we want Amber to go to jail for physical abuse? Go to jail again? because Anthony's going to torment her like he's been doing since he's been back from Shayla's and hiding his money. He's been tormenting that woman. Took the bar. He's doing all these things, but people say, oh, Amber should stay with him. It's her fault. Really? Is it? Why don't we all put ourselves in that woman's shoes and see how we feel? If somebody was dogging us like he was dogging Amber. Why don't we do that? How will we feel? Will we want to stay and keep coming back? More, please. More abuse, please. And I say that with my whole chest. I don't do abuse. And I don't like to see women abused, nor men. Men get abused too. Let's see. Yes, that's exactly what he's doing. That'll get him in trouble with the judge. And then also the fact that Amber she can come home and look at Dnisha up in her house like she's the queen of Amber's marital home. But the courts will tear him a new one for that. They will financially apply monetary damages to Amber. And then he lays there because he's mad. Now, he's never caught her until they were seen together at the party. He didn't really know where Amber was going, but he sure didn't have a problem bringing Dnisha and putting her in Amber's bed and laying there waiting for Amber to get home. And then he smiled when he heard Amber coming through the door. So people that want to blame Amber makes me wonder about their character. Nature says Ant deducted what he originally offered for marital settlement. Outside of the court of $250,000. Now it's $196,000. One lump sum for $100,000 and $4,000 for 10 years. That's a joke, right? Good morning, artist. How are you? Nancy says, I am 38 hot when Dnisha got in Amber's bed. Oh, I did give you a shout out, Nancy B, because I used your 38 hot in my last video. The one with Shayla, Want to Get Kai. I used and I gave you a shout out for using it. Why, Stephanie, are you in the chat? Is Stephanie here? That's an insult. I think, Anthony does, right, Carol. Anthony has cash in the house. That's right. He does. Remember, he gave Wayne's cousins a bonus. Yeah. And then every time he goes to get money, he always goes to the room. Is Stephanie in here? Why is Stephanie calling me? I'd love a podcast with you and Stephanie. We're talking about it. That's Stephanie's. That is Stephanie's idea. She wants to do a podcast about things that she knows about, things that I don't know about. I mean, I could still talk, but yes, Stephanie has an idea for a podcast. So the channel's hard enough, and then the podcast has a stricter layout. So that has to be taken into consideration, Trapstar also. But yeah. Yes, ma'am. I think Anthony had cash in the house. Yeah, I'm sorry, I read that one. But yes, Stephanie definitely wants to do a podcast. So we want to keep this channel and we want to do the podcast. And Stephanie performs. So, I mean, we have a lot going, but it's not a bad idea. It's not something I object to, as long as my husband doesn't object. That's a conversation to be had. Constance is right that Anthony is playing games. They will use Dnisha to help the case. I just hate the fact that she didn't have more to offer Nature. along with the Dnisha, unless her whole strategy just changed. Maybe her strategy changed, right? Of whatever she might have been thinking about before. Maybe with the Dnisha thing, she changed her whole outlook and wants to take a different path. That could be it, nature. I agree with you. And Aminata Amber could not stay in that house, even when she ignored him. He'd be behind her in the bed, coming in the bed too. Yeah, I wouldn't stay in that house either. But yeah, people want Amber to stay there. Yeah, she's supposed to stay at home with him. And we already talked about how women end up getting raped by their husbands because of remember the last night that Amber stayed there was that night that she laid with Anthony. Nothing happened, but she laid there with him. That's the last night she spent in that house with Anthony, because that's how, and I know this from law enforcement, that's how it starts. That's how raping your wife starts. Amber staying with Dave won't hurt the case. Constance said it won't. Well, it will if she just lives there, right? Or if she abandons the home, which is why she can't abandon it by taking all of her things out, because that is abandonment. But remember, Amber was supposed to come home every night at 12. So there is a gap in there, but I think the courts would frown on Anthony a lot more, because how's Amber supposed to come home to a safe space? How's she supposed to come home? Because you are awarded a safe space when you have a marital home. Why is Stephanie calling? I'm sorry, I'm surprised to see Stephanie calling. Is Stephanie in the chat? Anybody? Let's see. Yolanda, yes, those are the details that they leave out of the skits, same as Shayla. She should have walked into the venue with the police. She should have, but I mean, it's a skit, and I think they wanted us to laugh. And Shayla did bring Anthony's numbers up with those skits this weekend. Right? So, just a sec. I'm just sending Stephanie a message, okay? I just want to let Stephanie know I'm live. Unless she was here and I didn't know it. Let's see. Hi, Simply Miss Nay. Hi, Renee. Yolanda, yes, those are the details. Yeah, that they leave out. Yeah, they left it out because they wanted Shayla to act a fool and help Anthony's numbers, because Anthony's numbers are stuck. People are not feeling Dnisha. They are not. So with Shayla, it'll be Shayla and Anthony again. The numbers will pop up, and they did over the weekend. And I did use Trapstar's methodology. So I didn't write them down or anything, but I did look at them, and his numbers look better. And you have to give it to Shayla. She can act crazy. She can do her crazy act. I feel about this the same way I do about Shayla going to get Kai. If you had to go through what Amber does, what would you do? I'm not staying in a threatening situation. Yeah, what if she had slapped him and he slapped her back after he called her 5 different types of names? Unless you've lived it, you won't know it, I guess. I've never had to fight or been hit or anything, but the part about the child, oh yeah, happened to my baby sister. I feel the same way. 62 likes. Thank you, everybody. 58 watching. Please like. It's free, and thanks for listening and watching. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Angela Aminata, remember Anthony was coming on to her. Yeah, that's the part that you don't want to ever have to do. You don't want to do that. That's how you get hurt. If you're a wife, you get hurt like that. And there are women who do that. They'll pretend they want to do those bondage situations or whatever. Then they abuse their men. So yeah. To me, Amber didn't voluntarily leave. She was bullied out of the house. And she was bullied before Dnisha even got there. But Anthony was bullying that woman. He was bullied every time she turned around. He had something to say. And remember when he put those raggedy looking flower petals all over the bed, and then she looked up and he was standing in the door, in that glass door, just staring at her, with this blank look on his face. Do you guys think something might be wrong with Anthony? On the character Anthony, of course. Do you think something might be wrong with him? Like, is he cray-cray? Why is he so slow? Something's wrong with that dude. He has no common sense. I still hope she was coming home, but honestly, I wouldn't come home for fights either. Well, she told her that she didn't tell her when she was first doing it, Aminata, if I remember correctly, but she did tell her because we were screaming about it. Amber, go home. Amber, go home. And then Amber was driving a car, and I think she was talking to the aunties. I'm not going home. I think she was. I think she was talking to some of the creators because they were saying the same things on Facebook. Amber, go home, go home, and she, I'm not going home. It's like, oops, okay, our bad. So, but when Dnisha moved in there, what is Amber supposed to do? Keep going to that house? And Anthony has allowed another woman to move in there? Anthony, if they make it to court, I'd be surprised if Anthony walked out with half his money. Wayne knows Amber can get Dnisha out of that house if she wants to, but Amber says she can't be bothered with the drama because that's all it's going to be is drama with Anthony. And you notice that even when Amber finally told Anthony on that last day she was there in that white, she had on the white, not the white dress, but the white pantsuit, and she was rocking in her chair like this, because that's how she starts thinking when she's ready to go off. And she told Anthony that Wayne pursued her through the entire engagement. Anthony didn't even bat an eye because he didn't care. He didn't care. Let him go. Let Shayla have Dnisha and Anthony. But I have a feeling that Shayla is going to... No, I don't want to guess about Shayla. She's too hard to predict. Let's see. I'm sorry, everybody. The only thing Amber should have done upon exiting the home is call the police to get a paper trail of how she's being treated, and call her lawyer. Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, the lawyer, when it's a civil matter, I mean, they might give you a piece of paper, but they're not going to do anything because it's a civil matter. It'll show you filed a police report. That's a good thing, right? Amber and Anthony's marriage, it was demolished by Shayla, like a wrecking train, like a wrecking ball. Exactly. So they did. Her and Angelina set out to do it, and they did it. They did it. They destroyed those people's marriage. Simply Miss Nay says, Nonya, I believe Amber's going back to that house if she uses the strategy Constance talked to her about, because that would force Anthony's hand. You mean to go back at night? Is that what you mean, Miss Nay? Renee? Is that what you mean? Girl, if I walked in that house, I saw Dnisha in there, I'd be done drug her out to the porch. How many sisters y'all know gonna put up with that? I'm serious. I'm serious. I'd be done drug her out of my house. And that's, but yeah, you're right. I mean, that would force Anthony's hand, right? It would. A narcissist will try to break you. Hi, Linda Hazelwood. So Linda says a narcissist will try to break you down to your soul. Believe me, I know. I was married to a pastor. I hear a lot about pastors being narcissists, Linda. If there's a way to get you out, you have to get out when you can. You know, I've learned so much about narcissism being on here. Sorry, of course, my eyes are watering. I've learned so much about narcissism, and I don't think any of us are doctors, lawyers, you know, Indian chiefs or whatever, and I can say Indian chiefs because I'm part Indian, so I can say it and get away with it. But I have learned so much about it that is scary. I'd run away. Me, for my peace, I will leave. I am not going to sit there and battle you. First time you start doing stuff to me, I'm out. Not that I'm afraid of you, but because of what I guess I might do, or just to get my peace, you know, just to get my peace. I could not deal. I will not deal. Life is too short. But Linda, you're not the first person in here. And Jacqueline was on, was it Friday night? And she stayed for a while, and she was talking about how it happened to her. And it was interesting. And she said he had money, he love bombed her, he did the things that I hear you're saying, Stephanie says, Linda, Tina says. I couldn't do it. Yeah, Shayla shouldn't have gone in there without the police. I would have had my child's birth certificate, social security card, my ID, and went straight to the police fresh off the plane. Yeah, I would have too. But then there wouldn't have been a skit, Yolanda. You know they had to do that for the skit, right? But yeah, I would have definitely been waiting for the police. Let's see. Oh, Gwen says new skit. I'm late, Gwen. Sorry. Gwen says new skit when Lauren tells Candace that she's the first lady of the podcast. Lauren? I think she means Amber. And Tamara doesn't want to be first lady of anything got to do with Wayne right now. She's the first. What the hell is the first lady of the podcast? What's that? What? That's bad as Shayla saying she's the CEO. That's bad as Shayla. Hi, Cynthia. Anthony needs to keep that for himself when Dnisha and her family finish with him, so he doesn't need an Amazon box. Marion, the other day when Wayne called Amber, she said, she don't live with Dave, and even if he asked her to move in, would not. Plus, Dave told Amber he doesn't stop her from going and coming. And he doesn't. They let each other live, and Dave's cool. I mean, they respect, you know, the thing about it is respect. And that's a big part of the relationship. And a lot of women, they want the man to do certain things. But if that man doesn't feel like doing that for you, he's not going to do it. But kind of the same thing with women also. And we have to look at both sides of the coin, right? It's like, I don't cook anymore. I mean, I cook when I want to, but the kids are grown. I mean, I've cooked all my entire life for big parties, little parties, for the family. But my husband cooks now, or we go out or whatever, but the kids are grown and gone. But all that, the woman cooks every day, she cleans up, all that. let's stop with the double standards. And then did you hear Wayne say, I think it was Thursday. I don't remember his quote exactly, but it had something to do with what makes you think women are going to go backwards. Did anybody hear that when Wayne said that? And we've been screaming that. I mean, I know I have, and a few other people on Facebook, I know I have. We're not going backwards. What's wrong with you? But Wayne said that. And I said, oh, he's listening. Somebody's listening to something. Angela, exactly. He made the house inhabitable for her. I wish she would have had her attorney file a motion to leave. That's what I was screaming for, Amanetta, so she could leave. I want her to go get her condo if it's not rented so she can breathe. I mean, even if she goes to get an apartment, not where Wayne took her, because all he wanted to do was be able to come over there when he wanted to. That's what Wayne wanted. I think Brooke is going to chase up behind Isaiah and miss the divorce papers that she's supposed to sign for while Larry is gone. Brooke's supposed to sign for the divorce papers? Where's Larry going? Or do you mean just out the door? Twyla. Oh, for Bethany. Is Brooke going to, is she going to Miami? I thought Shara told her no, she can't go. Didn't Shara tell Brooke she can't go this morning? What happened, Twyla? Did Larry and Shara change their mind? That marriage was done and the covenant was broken the day Anthony slept with Shayla when he was sober at Arby's house. I agree, Trap Star. Yeah, I agree with you all the way. Me too, Amanada. You can see that Amber's not happy. Hope she can walk away. I would love Amber to walk away from that podcast. And for one reason, Wayne would be grabbing his chest. Because this way, he could keep an eye on Amber. Because he's only doing it. Remember, he told her he was going to start asking questions on the podcast. And Amber has to tell the truth. That was before he met Big Dave. Hi, Dave. Cynthia, Amber's going to be happy when she sees her dream house. I was waiting for that, but then when I saw on the first one, after I woke up, like 5 o'clock or something, because it's like 8 o'clock your time whenever they come on, and I saw Anthony. I said, well, no Amber this weekend. I love that house. Please join me, NONYASISCHAT, and you can call me Nonya, Monday through Friday mornings at 9:15 Pacific Time, 12:15 Eastern, and 11:15 CST for Have Tea with Me. And then also Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Time, my time, California. And then East Coast is 10 p.m. And then Central is 9, 1 hour. Yeah, is 9. Stephanie is my co-host like 3 days a week because she does perform. Please hit the like button. It looks like we're doing great over here. 63 and 68. And I miss Stephanie. I'm glad she's back. And apparently she had a ball doing her show this weekend. And if you haven't gone on to her page, she is on Facebook, and the name of Stephanie's band is New Direction Rhythm and Blues Band. And Stephanie cuts up. We love watching Stephanie perform. Podcast without you and Miss and Miss B. I wonder if Miss B would want to do a podcast. I don't know. It's a good question. I like Miss B. Miss B and Stephanie keep me calm. Well, I don't know. Me and Stephanie kind of match energy. Sometimes Stephanie more hyper than me, but Miss B helps keep me calm. She knows it. She's grounded, keeps me grounded. 100,000 is an insult because Anthony's worth is more than, he makes more than 3 million a year, supposedly. Mm-hmm. He's just being a creep. He's jealous. And if you heard the conversation, he just kept talking about Dave yesterday when Amber called. So Amber switched it up and started asking about Dnisha. Let them people break up. We don't want them together. Please. They don't even belong together. They don't have anything in common. Yolanda says, now I wonder if Anthony has raped her, if that matters. Well, he didn't, though. That's the thing. The status of the divorce. Yeah, probably, yeah. But he didn't do it. Remember when she got up and she went to the car and she was talking to Dave and she said, my cup is full. That means nothing happened. That's what that saying means. That's exactly what that means, that nothing happened. So he didn't do it. Would he have? Yeah, he would have. And we saw how Amber was laying there so pensive. She didn't want to be there. But you don't want to argue either. Constance told Amber to stay in the home and not move anything out of her home. Well, she meant like move her, her stuff. She can go there to get clothes, but she can't, like, move out, take all her stuff. Now Dnisha is in the same home, adds another layer to the case. Yes, if Amber has told Constance, she should have. I know. I mean, why did your attorney is supposed to lead you, right? Your attorney is supposed to make suggestions and ask what they can do to help you. Constance doesn't do any of that. Like, she could ask Amber, do you want to get an apartment? Where are you living? How are you handling this? Anything. Constance doesn't ask her anything. And that lady, she just, she's terrible. She's a hot mess. Hi, Terrain. Welcome in. How are you today? Hey, Miss Nice. Sometimes I feel like the writers are just freestyling because why isn't the lawyer putting in emergency request? Any emergency request for the judge to rule in the case as he has moved someone in the home. Not sure. Laws. Maybe because it's the skits. I mean, Miss Nice, I ask the same things, and then I say, okay, it's Skit Man, it's Skit Man. And I keep telling myself that, right? And then you'll hear me fussing at Wayne through the airwaves, and I'm fussing. But I know that they do watch our channels. They do watch. Remember last night, he asked Anthony, was Shayla hiding in the bushes? Was Shayla hiding in the bushes? Anthony looked around like, maybe. But we do know that they do watch, and they get, they use our wordings, and a lot of people say some of the same things I say, but I have heard them use my words. I definitely have. But you guys know that a narcissist will break you down to your soul. I apologize. Let's see. I did read that one. I think the new house being in her name could affect how much alimony she gets. Well, Keisha, I don't know. I guess it could, but if he gifts it, it's not considered marital property. I don't know if you mean the same thing, because when you gift an item, especially for marital people, and I did go research it, even though I did write some divorce court programs, when I was a software engineer, programmer type. When you gift it, it's no longer, it's not marital property. So there's a procedure you go through, and you have to fill out this form that says it's a gift, and everything that's on it, it's going to have her name on it. You fill out a letter, both of you. The person has to fill out a letter that says they don't expect repayment of the home. And that's a key critical element of gifting. Those three things right there. And you get it notarized. You file it with the courts. You file it with your court clerk or whoever it is, the register of deeds or whatever you guys call it. And that's how you register a gift. That is what keeps that property separate from marital property. Now, will the judge look at it? Maybe, yeah, because that would be part of an asset. So let's say that he did gift her the house. And then if Amber says, well, I want equity from the house that Anthony lives in, I think it would be up to the judge whether to do it or not. Yeah, I'm going to stop right there because I don't want to get too far ahead, but that's a very good question. That at least her home would be protected. They might cut down on any equity in Anthony's home, or maybe not, because this was the things that she did for the home, as well as the stock market thing, and and where Roe helped out also. All of that was before the gift. So I'm not going to like venture a guess, but if I were to side on the side of caution, I would say that might be something the court would look at, is should she still get equity out of his house, even though she lived there. And even though for almost 3 years he lived with another woman, basically. Courts don't like that. Amber can't go home. Denisha's son is in her room. And Anthony's in the main bedroom. That's right. Cynthia, Wayne gonna love on Dnisha. I think Wayne's gonna go after Dnisha to be petty with Amber because Amber did not take his house and chose Dave over him and Anthony. Oh, he's gonna be petty. He was more jealous than Anthony was. If you guys remember that when they first saw Dave and Amber, whew, I love that video that I made, but I had to get rid of it. I honestly think Wayne is going to write Anthony winning in the divorce. I don't see Amber getting anything. He'll string it along and then drop it. She'll either leave for peace or go back to him. I saw all the comments about her leaving for her peace also. And if he does that, he just needs to get ready for his numbers to drop. And that's the truth, because his numbers are going to drop. She's got 100,000 fans less than Wayne does. 100,000 less, that's it. If Amber finds out about the money paid for Denisha's surprise party for Mom, it could affect him. It was a major purchase, and gave Mom $10,000 also. And did he give Denisha some money? Did he give Denisha money? Yeah, Wayne is the wizard of Skitland, Nancy. During the divorce, the financials are closely reviewed. And where is Amber's laptop that has Brittany's original blueprints on it? Where's the laptop? We didn't forget. Why aren't they pulling the laptop out? We didn't forget, Wayne. If you guys are listening, where's the laptop with Brittany's numbers? Linda, I am sorry to hear that. I hope you got out of that situation. I hope she did too. I think I got the impression that she did get away from it. Wayne is Wizard of Skitland. He's the weasel of Skitland. The weasel. 63 and 61, great job. Thank you for the likes, everybody. Thank you so much. Amber needs to be away from Wayne and all those girls, and all they're gonna do are the wrong things. Yes, Antia, I agree. Dave already says she's not leaving, and he wants her there with him. But I don't see him messing up her divorce either. Like, that's why Dave stays out of her divorce, because he doesn't want to interfere. But if I were Amber at this point, I would asked Dave, do you know any attorneys? But Amber's so trusting, as usual. She's trusting Candace for another month. Will she be divorced by Christmas? It's tiring. It's tiring and it's old. See, Shayla knows Aunt paid for that party. She was also, and she did mention the party before Denisha's mother's party. She mentioned it like 2 or 3 days before that Kai was turning 2. Because Kai is his son, he really needs to contribute to the party. And it will probably be Anthony Dalton's storyline soon. That's what we're screaming for, Dolly. Let them split the storyline. Because I'm about sick of them. Dnisha and Anthony and Shayla. I can't say Kai, though. But I don't think Amber and Shayla are going to stop being associates. Amber's watching her, as she should be. But I do want them to take the book into the podcast room. At least take it into Amber's office. And where's Ernestine? Over there hanging out with Candace for. Now Aunt wants to try to get Denisha's mom to move to Atlanta. I heard, Nature, I heard that. If she moves, we already know Angelina and Denisha's mom will be having some run-ins. Yes, they will. Linda says, thank you. I left after 13 months of verbal abuse. Wow. Yeah, I know a few people who have stayed and they had a hard time getting out for whatever reasons, you know. And it's so sad that people, I mean, this is a fleshy world and things happen. Me, I'm a track star. I will leave you so fast. You'll come home. You might have a Dear John letter. I did that one time when I was younger. But we didn't live together, but I left the letter because, he could get in my house and I wasn't answering the phone because I didn't live there. This was before cell phones. And he went over there and there was a Dear John letter and I'm like, and the house was empty, but it was my apartment. I never did speak to that dude again until years later when I saw him. All you got to do is raise your voice at me. Yes, Nonya, I think so. I don't have time for that nonsense. That's why I wish Amber would have been recording their interactions when she and Buddy were alone in that house. Me too. I remember Keisha. Anthony is a rich narcissist. Carol. And we had a guest on here Friday, and she was saying that she had a narcissistic boyfriend and he was rich. So I guess there's a difference. I don't know, in the way they act or something. But she did say that he was rich, and she made it a point to say that. On Nature says Anthony was not like this when he debuted onto the skits. His character was written differently into his new ways, which conflicts with his debut character. And then please join me 9:15 a.m., 12 Eastern, and 11 CST for Tea with Me in the mornings. And it is almost time for us to call it a day. And I will be on tonight. Oh, I have an appointment tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? It's not a doctor appointment this time, but I do have an appointment. And I have to go downtown Oakland. So I'll be in traffic and all that stuff. But I'm thinking, depending on the skits, would you guys like to come on? It would be, though, 3 o'clock Eastern time. Is that, if I were to come on at noon my time tomorrow, and not even for tea, just like a break or something. If I popped on, would you guys want to come on at 3, or are you busy at 3? Let me know. Can you just put a 1 down in the bottom if I come on, because I do have to go to this appointment. I can't miss it, and I can't do it as a Zoom call. I have to go. And so I'll probably be back at about around noontime, my time, which is 3 o'clock Eastern, and 2 o'clock CST. So let me know if you want me to pop on, or if there's something about Amber in her house or something, I'm going to jump on anyway. I'll be on there by myself, just talking. Nothing was romantic about the way Anthony was talking to Amber just to get her attention. Nope. We never saw him treat Ro like this. Nope. He was in love with Ro. He should have stayed with Rolanda and not taken his divorce back, his divorce request. He should have just stayed with Ro. But Ro actually didn't want Anthony to stay. Remember? People still to this day want her to go home because people don't care. There are some people who think women are supposed to stay no matter what their husbands do to them. And we know those are a lot of older women, I guess. They still want that. People come in all shapes, sizes, colors. Yeah, they do. Thank goodness for my husband every day. We do not want to see Amber going back to that house, living with Anthony and Dnisha. And I will repeat that for you, Trap Star. We do not want to see it. Aunties don't like it. I'm not interested in the main storyline turning into polygamy style relationship. I don't see Amber doing that. And I think also because I think she probably has a lot of say so in the storyline also with Wayne. I would think so because they're like two peas in a pod, you know? Yeah, no, we don't want to see that. Wayne is putting Dnisha in the podcast to hurt Amber because Amber is with Dave. Yep, that's right. He only started misbehaving with Ro when his character was written to turn into the villain direction. Then he stood up at the wedding, served Amber divorce papers, and it went speed rolling. Right nature. Vanessa, hi Vanessa, welcome in. Hi Nonya and everybody. Vanessa saying hello. Can we say hello to Vanessa? Wayne asked Anthony, did he actually think Amber was going to accept that lowball offer, and told him Anthony is going to have to give up that money. Anthony is going to lose. I know, and I had to laugh because Wayne's back there just tickled. He's like just laughing at Anthony. Like, dude, you really think you're going to get away with giving her $100,000 and $4,000 a month? Have you lost your mind? He thought he meant $100,000 a month. And then turned around and said, you better be watching for Shayla in the bushes. And the reason we laugh at that, Vanessa, is because we're always talking about people in the bushes hiding out watching. They don't want to hit the like button. They just sit in the bushes and watch. So we joke about that all day, every day. And Wayne said it last night. Okay, so I read that. So welcome in, Vanessa. Glad you're here. I am glad you're here. And I am Nonya. Aminata says, let Shayla and Anthony have each other. He gave her the power of the wife. He did. He gave her the power of the wife. Let him either strip. Good luck with that, Anthony. Either strip of that power or stay with her. She shouldn't put him back with Amber while Shayla has all the power. Shayla ain't going nowhere. I don't care who Anthony is with. Shayla is going to be in his face nonstop. And so is Angelina. So good luck with that, Anthony, because that's part of your karma. And then Amber leaving him, part of his karma, even whether she liked him or not. Your wife's gone. He better hope he doesn't have to go and do a court DNA test, because how would that come out? Some of us have our guesses, but I'm going to leave that alone for now. Himmy Girl says, people are now saying Amber's hating because she wasn't smiling and being fake. No, I think they're going to say anything about Amber. They love to hate Amber. I think half of them just don't like Amber because she's beautiful. They don't like successful women. They just don't like Amber. And you know what? We don't like them. Well, I don't. I don't care. I don't care. I did see, I saw Skitlanta commentary over the weekend, and it was good. She did put together, some information about Georgia's custody, even though this is Skitland is still based out of Georgia. And there was some, he and hawing over, what Shayla could do and all that. And again, if people don't live it, they don't know. Or if you're in a different state courts are different. They're not the same across the board. But anyway, Skitlanta does have a video out there where she did do a deep dive. So if anybody's interested in that, she doesn't know I'm telling you, but she did a great job on it. Skitlanta commentary, she did do a great job on it. On Nature, Rolanda told Anthony she wanted to be free from Anthony and Chantel's foolery. Remember, he made Rolanda sit in the back seat about the baby, which showed Rolanda wouldn't put up with Anthony's foolishness. On Nature says trap star facts. I agree. It is better with the step forward that we are seeing. We, the people, feel Amber is better off with Dave. Ant can battle it out with Dnisha, but we all know he will be with Shayla. And Anthony, even though he only made, one sentence about Amon not being there, we know Anthony is happy Amon is gone. We know he's happy, don't we? Oh, you don't have an Amon now. Yeah, right up your alley. Shayla, pull out your cleaning products. I never thought I'd be saying this, after all the hell Amber went through with them. Shayla, pull out your cleaning products and keep Anthony from going home this time. Since you did it to Amber, do it to Dnisha. Let her move back into her apartment. And you see, Dnisha did not let her apartment go. You see that. She still has it. Please hit the like button if you're just coming in. Linda. Hi, Linda. Let's see. What did I miss? Vanessa, yes, I heard. And Wayne said, you should have been paying $50K a month. Yeah, he sure did. It's about what she's going to get to if they hurry up and do the divorce. I mean, what you going to do? Let Anthony's fan base say, don't give Amber anything? Wayne don't want that fight. Because Anthony's fan base has nothing to stand on. They don't. What do they have to stand on? They don't have any facts. There's this one person who just stays stuck on the engagement. And I'm starting to think something's wrong with this person. Something's wrong with this. They can't move on. It's like, but then also there were threats made against certain characters in real life. Amber wasn't one of them, thank God, but a couple of them received threats. People take this stuff way too seriously. I hear me, girl. I don't understand how people think a person going through a divorce thing. Amber is supposed to be happy all the time. She's going through a divorce. Divorce is not fun. You have your up days, you have your down days. And that's a fact. And then Dolly says, Linda, if you get out, it's best to never, ever go back. I also wonder, Linda, is there a certain personality trait that narcissists look for? Like, and you guys know I'm pretty tough. I mean, I'm nice. I am nice. I'm really nice, but I'm super tough too. But I'm not going to let you love bomb me. I'm not one for taking gifts and being showered. I don't like flowers. I hate roses. I don't like roses. I like lilies and things like that, Asian lilies. I ain't about to let you love bomb me. Because I don't believe you anyway. Maybe it's chalk it up to law enforcement, maybe. But if you try to be too sweet to me, I'm not going to talk to you. I mean, and so I often wonder, is there a particular type that they look for? You know? I mean, just a question that I've had. Yeah, Hemi girl, I agree. And I also agree with Dolly. Dave keeps Amber grounded. Only Dave could make. Call Anthony. I'm sorry. Call Anthony. I got some other work to do when I get done. Call Anthony before going over Anthony's. And you know what? She doesn't have to. Dave's talking about being respectful before going over there. Glad it's Amber and not me or Shayla. Because I'd be damned if I call and go knock on the door. I would. I go right in that house and get what I needed, and I would leave. And dare him to say something to me. Let's see. All Amber has to do is call the police. They will remove Dnisha from the home. She doesn't have to move in with them and make herself miserable. This is getting ridiculous. That was Trap Star. And then Cynthia says, yes, Dolly. So when Anthony's day, he is a businessman. He is nothing. Yeah, what does he mean by he's a businessman? What does that mean? Dolly, I agree on the most part. Aunt loving, he loved Ro. I think when another woman steps into the picture, especially with a child, his mind shifts to being that man doing better for the child. I agree. I agree. The only thing that I question with Anthony and children is why he didn't want Shayla to have a baby. Was it because of him being married to Amber? Is that the only reason? Hemi Girl says Amber can't win in Skitland. When she talks, she needs to be quiet. When she's quiet, why is she making these faces? She can't talk. She can't win. People don't even want Amber to talk. I think it's a guy thing. And then the women who don't like Amber because they either like Shayla or they just don't like Amber, or you got the Bible thumpers that want her to stay there, Take the abuse. You'll be okay. You can handle it. Really? If I was Amber, I would turn up to the mansion with a new bed and replace the one Denisha's sleeping in and put both of them out of my room. Not me. They can have that raggedy mansion. Angela, I know you would. I can just see you. I can see you doing that, Angela. Angela's like, get out of my house. Get him, Angela. I can see Angela doing that. Hi, Nonya. Hi, Jackie. Hi. I am baffled at why Wayne decided to take the skit to another woman moving in a marital home. It bothers me too. It's actually disturbing. The only thing I can think of was to force Amber out. That's the only thing I can think of as his way to force Amber out of the house. But why else would he do it? I don't know. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. I agree with you. I've often wondered, why did he find that necessary other than to inflict pain, or because he wanted what he wanted, right? Anthony wanted what Anthony wanted, and he did not care because Anthony Dalton thinks he can do anything he wants to do. He leads with his money. He controls with his money. And I think that's just who Anthony is. Makes you wonder, what was Coco talking about when she said, don't do what you did before to another Black queen? What did Anthony do before he came to Skitland? What did he do? He did something. He did something. Hi, artists. They love titles. Hold on. Where did artists go? They love titles. First lady of the podcast. That's crazy, right? and CEO of the podcast. CEO, First Lady. What? Oh, First Lady because of Wayne. I wouldn't be bragging about being with character Wayne. I think I'd be embarrassed. I mean, you know Wayne's history. Why are you so amped on that? I mean, wouldn't you be embarrassed to be with Wayne? I don't know. I would be. I mean, that's like saying you're a guy and you're with the biggest 304 around, but you're proud of it. Double standards at work here, artists, right? Double standards. Yeah. If it were the reverse and you're proud to be with the biggest 304 around, that's all Lauren is saying. She's happy to be with the biggest 304 guy. Girl. I mean, if we think about it. Yes, Dolly, and love to say sorry. So his name is Anthony. Sorry, Dalton. Okay. She told Candace and Wayne. She told Candace they're an item now. Dolly Ant should have questioned Chantel and went to get professional paternity. He's too dumb. That woman was definitely trying to trap him. Carol CC says, Lauren told Candace that she is the first lady, and Delicia said run everything by her, where in reality, guess who did the work last week? Amber and Tamara. And Shayla was there with her attitude at Dave's house. Amber and Tamara did the work. And Shayla said, let Lauren do the refreshments. Let's see. Yolanda says they could have still had drama. Shayla involved the police. Well, they wanted Shayla to act a fool. That's why they didn't bring the police. They wanted the skit to go that way. I mean, they just wanted it to be funny, I guess. Angela, if I was Amber, I would be over there with the police. Keisha says, I think the police should have been there as well. Well, yeah, I mean, but, these are skits. They don't do the right thing. Just like there's no PI watching Anthony. It's like there was no PI watching Anthony the first time around. And we're shouting, when Brittany's boyfriend came, what's his name? Ali. And he used to be a PI. People were kind of hopeful that he would be Amber's PI. Nope. They never give us what we want as far as that kind of stuff goes. Calling the police and all that. They never give it to us. Aminata, exactly. Now she's not saying anything. They say she's being a hater, and when she talks too much. You know what? I ignore them people. I don't care what they say because they don't have good sense. Hi, all. Hi, Diamond. Welcome back. So glad I caught this live before it's over. Just got in and free to listen. Better late than never. Yeah, we're going to cut out in like 5 minutes. That package is not the divorce papers. 69 likes and 57 watching. Please hit the like button. It's free. Dolly, it's because if this was real life, Dnisha would be out of that house already. Hi, Diamond. Glad you were able to make it. Me too. For tea time, we're still keeping the tea hot. I'm glad you're here too, Diamond. And Brooke better not go looking for Isaiah. Isaiah most likely was in jail, and that's why the Aaron Larry had to run. I think Larry's taking him to the recruiter. Oh, because I was like, did he just dump Brooke or what? Maybe he went to jail. Maybe. He should go to the military. I would walk up in that house with the cleaning lady strip that bed and put new linen and watch their faces when I walked in. Ain't no way I'm going to walk and live in that doggone house again, Jen. I'm sorry. That house has skeletons, like skeletons. There's no way I want to even walk in there at this point. And all the beautiful decorating Amber did to that house and she put her love into that house, you know. I wouldn't want to go back. I personally, there's no way I'd want to go back. I'd go get a hotel before I lived in there. I'd have to tell the attorney, I'm not living there. I'm not going in that house. Why live with Anthony when he's going to be abusive? I think that's my main question, and it's just a question. Why live with a man who's going to be abusive to you? He's going to follow you around the house. He's going to say ugly things to you. What's the point of moving back in with Anthony Dalton? What's the point? I mean, anybody, can you tell me why? All he's going to do is follow her around the house and meddle like he's been doing for months. I mean, what would she get out of it? I'm just asking. What would she get out of it? And people need to stop with the cooking comments. We haven't seen any man change a tire, oil change, except Larry, mow the lawn, any of the manly things. And you know what I say about that, Aminata? They're complaining about her cooking, right? Somebody tell them maybe DJ Alex doesn't want anybody cooking in his kitchen. That's DJ Alex's real house. Maybe there's a clause, but there's so many people that will never reach, but they have to say it. And the fact that they think women have to cook is them putting it back in the stratosphere that women are supposed to cook. If you want to cook, fine. If you don't want to cook, fine. If your husband's not complaining about it, why are you worried about it? And these are probably the same men who will never, ever have a good wife. Never. Because some of the ways that they think in this fan base is ridiculous. Seriously. It's pretty pathetic. Wives are not your moms. You want to be treated like a little boy, go home to your mommy. Go to your mama. It's not what your wife is for. They don't even care if women work. They still think they should cook. What year is this we're in? In this 2026? Not even the 1900s. Not even the 1960s. And they're still shouting, she needs to cook. Take your butt in there and learn how to cook. Don't get me started on that cooking, y'all, because you know I'm going to go on one. We're not your mama. And that's what a lot of men do look for, mommy qualities in their women. And if you come with that noise, I ain't your mama. Now, granted, I did cook, but I cooked because I wanted to. I cooked because I liked to. And when I didn't want to, guess what we got? We ordered pizza. When the kids were here, we did all kinds of things. I didn't cook every day. Hell, I worked every day. So what, I'm supposed to cook too? No. I mean, we worked it out, and that's what marriage is. It's give and take. It's give and take. But you can't tell these people that. And that's why they probably will never either get married, or they'll cheat, or whatever they're believing right now. And they're letting these people put that nonsense in their brains. That to each his own, right? It could be right. Like my son, he learned how to cook. And now he's a top chef. Yes, I need Amber to walk away from Wayne in the podcast. I agree. Dnisha has not cooked in a while. You know why? Because she love bombed him with the food. And now She's only going to do it when she wants to, when Anthony gives her her way. Just like she did with the cookie. That's why. Because she's love bombing him. And she's going to take away her goodies one at a time. And she's going to make Anthony earn it. The package Brooke is going to be signing is, oh, it's for her car. Oh, she got it. Brooke's a brat now. I can't hardly stand her. I like Destiny though. But I understand how Brooke got that way too. So Lauren doesn't like podcasts. She said the first lady. Oh, please. Okay, you guys, we're gonna wrap it up, okay? Will this letter somehow end up where Amber sees it or knows about it? What letter? What? Who got a letter this weekend? Somebody got a letter. What was that? What was that letter? I forgot. I was so out of it. Oh, Melissa's letter, you mean? Is it Melissa's letter? Wayne told Amber that he was upset that she was with Dave. He was talking to her on the phone. She was in Dave's backyard. Was that today, Carol? Wayne need to get over himself. Amber is gone. Wayne is old news. Nobody cares about Wayne anymore. Amber don't care about Wayne. She already told him he doesn't even have a special place in her heart anymore. Let that woman alone. Oh, I think he's just mad because he wants to tie it up in a bow. And he can say, there's one that, I got a chance to drop Amber. Wayne ain't nobody. He's just as bad as Anthony. If not, I don't know. They're both bad. Anthony might be worse. Wayne just runs through the women because he's the community man. Anthony's the dog man, the dog catcher. Angela Dnisha is not doing anything, just trying to call people and check them. She ain't checking nobody. Nobody's believing that. Miss B is probably in the bushes. Yes, she is, Nature. She told me she'd be in the bushes sometime. Miss B be in the bushes. I was in the bushes yesterday. Them people got on my nerves. I was like, how old are these people? They have got to be kidding. They're just... I'm glad my daughters are grown. And my son. Y'all notice Amber's makeup wasn't done today. She was probably upset, but the other women were fully made up. It's interesting how they made her stand out today. Yeah, and she was standing in the back. Dnisha, get comfortable now in Amber and Anthony's house. Now she doesn't have to do anything. Yep, because she got Anthony where she wants him. Lauren is so petty and wants Candace to change the photos around. She doesn't want Tamara in the middle. To me, it makes sense the way they are because of the colors of the dresses. Yeah. And Santia, I'm going to wrap it up, okay? Everybody, Lauren wants her picture in the middle. I think Amber should try to get 25 to 30%. I'd ask for $5 million and let the judge take it from there. And I would have said $3 million, except for 3 years, pretty much 3 years, he was with Shayla. So let that cost him $1 million a year. And now Denisha's there. Ask for 5 and see what happens. I mean, if we put all of that together, and her life has been on hold all this time, and now he's got this female, living in there. Okay, everybody, I'm going to cut out. Let me see if there are any more comments. Does anybody have a comment they want me to read? Yolanda, there was another of my famous typos. I was asking if would that reset and make Amber have to refile? Because we know if she willingly does anything. Refile for what, Yolanda? Refile for what? The gift? No. I'm not sure. For what, Yolanda? Why would she need to refile? Keisha B, exactly. That's what I was thinking too. Anthony is supposed to pay for Amber another place because he moved Dnisha in. I want Lauren to disappear. Okay, I'm going to cut out. Jen, thank you. Let me recalculate. Yeah, she could get 5 million. I mean, and I don't think that's a bad amount for everything that he's done. But you know what? We can sit here, honestly, you guys, we can sit here and we can guess, and Wayne can have us sitting here for the next 10 years. Oh my God. Wayne. Anyway, let's wrap it up, everybody. You guys have a beautiful day. I'm going to go do some work I need to get done. And it has been fun. Okay. And if I were Amber, I would have told her what to ask for. Oh, the alimony payments? Yeah. Yep, he gave her 20 bands. Wayne told Amber that he was upset that she was with Dave. Yeah, he's very jealous. He's more jealous than Anthony. He is more jealous than Anthony is. Okay, everybody. Oh, Simply Ms. Nay says, Nonya Weasel is correct. If y'all know anything about the Wizard of Oz, the wizard was a fraud. Yeah, he was giving out false information. Right. Okay, everybody, let's call it a day. And hopefully I'll see you all at Wind Down. And if I don't, I'll see you tomorrow. But I do have to go to an appointment in the morning in downtown Oakland. So traffic will be a nightmare getting out there. But I think I'm going to pop on anyway when I get home. Hopefully it'll be something good. I mean, if it ain't nothing good on, I'm not doing it. You know, if they have some old weak stuff, but I don't think so. Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? So anyway, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you. And please, if you're vacuuming the floor or something, turn on the live. If you think about it, can you choose one from June? I think they look at 3 months. I don't know. Even though I've got every number you can think of, but I just want to be safe because September 1st, I get to reapply. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and I love you all. Talk to you later. And I'll see you tomorrow. I think I'm going to jump on at noon because hopefully they'll have some good stuff. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, moderators. Take care. Thank you, everybody.